Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Coach Rock here from Revenge Basketball, and in today's video, we're going to be covering the fundamentals to building a solid handle. Now, what I've seen most players struggle with is dribbling the ball effectively in real games. It's easy to be in the gym, do all the drills, dribble around the cones, dribble 2 balls at once, but the whole game changes when you're in the game and you got to go somewhere and you're facing a tough defender. One of the main reasons players struggle with that, at least what I've seen, is because they have never really learned the fundamentals, or they just they never turn back. They never refer back to the fundamentals. So they're building their handles on a foundation that's weak. So what we want to do is kind of take a few steps backward to take giant leaps forward. And that's what we're going to be doing in this video, by focusing on the fundamentals of your handles so that you can have a tighter handle, so that you can beat defenders, cross defenders, whatever it is that you actually want to do. You can't get there unless you master these fundamentals. All right, the first thing we want to focus on when we are dribbling is to dribble with our finger pads. Okay, we don't want to dribble with our palm. We don't want to smack at the ball, and we don't want to dribble. I mean, you can't really dribble like that, that hurts, but you don't want to dribble like that. You want to dribble with your pads. Now, the way I love to show players this is pretend you're shooting a basketball. You know how you always have to have space when you shoot? So if I'm shooting here, you want to have that same type of feel on the ball when you're dribbling. So it should be mostly wrist action, as if I'm shooting a shot. This is going to give you the most control. There's a reason why the best way to shoot, it feels most natural like that, because that's where we have most control. So dribbling is going to be similar. So first, I would just get that motion down, and then you start moving your arm. Notice how now, first, focusing on my pads, finger pads, just flicking the wrist down, dribbling. Then I'm not maybe locking off fully, but extending my elbow. All right, so that's the first key to dribbling. All right, same thing with your other hand, of course. First, you're just flicking down, and then practicing extending your arm. When you have this down, next thing is start bending a little until you start feeling what's most comfortable. So when it comes to getting low, I like teaching players, imagine you're a running back and you're running the football. Even if you never played football, I'm sure you could picture what would feel most comfortable for you to be most explosive and as fast as possible. So it's not going to be too low, and it's not going to be too tall. So you want to kind of get in that same stance when you're dribbling. So literally, just pretend somebody's hiking it to you and you're about to run. You're about to make a move. However you would make that move is the where you want to be when you're dribbling. All right, because doing this is going to put you in your most powerful, most balanced, most explosive position. That's what you want to do when you're handling the basketball. Now, of course, we have times where we're going to be standing up, where we might have to get lower. Again, it's no different than a running back. He's not always low. He might come up here, do a juke, and then explode this way. The same way with basketball, we might come up here, do a juke, or do some type of move, but then we're going. But when it comes to just ball control right here, I want you to get in that position that feels most comfortable, most balanced, most explosive, especially when we're working on building the fundamentals of ball handling. All right, so we're here. Still remembering what I just showed you about the finger pads, extending the arm. Of course, now that we're closer to the ground, it's even easier. But just because we're closer to the ground doesn't mean we stop extending. We're still extending, and then we're trying to keep the ball about knee level or below. But especially knee level when we are attacking with a move, maybe it's a crossover, because that's going to make it more difficult for the defender to steal. So those are some things to remember early on when you're building your ball handling from the ground up. Now, the next thing I want you to get used to, once you got all this down, is really start pounding the ball with an intention to do so. Pound it hard. All right, now when you get in the game, you're probably not going to pound it as hard. The reason we want to pound it hard is because that minimizes the time that the ball is out of your hand. When the ball's out of your hand, it means your defender can steal it, right? If it's not in your hand, nobody has it. Now, of course, you'll probably have control of it, but if it's not in your hand, it's easier to pluck from you. So, but if it's out of my hand for a split second, that gives the defender less time to be able to take the ball. It's also going to make you and your moves more powerful and explosive. Now I'm going to do that same movement I just did, but I'm going to pound the ball lightly. It just automatically makes you go slow. Let me try to go fast. Still, the ball is super slow. But now if I pound the ball hard, it just makes every move that I do much more explosive. Versus, even if I have, you could say, a tight or handle, if I'm not pounding the ball, I'm not doing anything. Now again, when you get in real games, there will be moves that you want to set up with lighter dribbles. So you might come here first before you hit the hard cross. But get in the habit of pounding hard, you can always lighten up. But I found that if it's not a habit to dribble hard, you're not going to dribble hard ever. If you have the habit of dribbling hard, you have full control to be able to go light when you want, then go hard. So keep that in mind. Now the next tip is to keep it simple. I know with everything out there on Instagram, watching highlights from NBA players, even watching some YouTube videos, you're going to see a lot of crazy moves. And those are cool if you can do them in that setting. But when you get in a real game, if you watch FIBA, if you watch the NBA, if you watch college, you're not going to see a lot of crazy moves. And by crazy, I'm talking about 10 dribble combos and stuff like that. Everything is going to be short to the point. Every dribble has to have a purpose. All right, it's either driving to the basket, creating space to create a better angle for a pass, or creating space for your shot, or just escaping trouble. So those are really the main reasons you're going to need a dribble for. So you're not going to see a lot of just stand-up dribbling. You're not going to see a lot of James Harden stuff at the level you're playing at. Your coach is not going to want you to do that. And I speak on that as being an assistant coach for varsity basketball. You don't want to do that. So what you want to do is keep it simple. All right? So just build an easy package, hesitation move, maybe a crossover, pull back. It's okay to have different moves to go to. It's okay to have a huge arsenal of moves. But the key is keep it simple when you're executing these moves. You don't need to do 5 of them to get open. You should go one way. If he got you, cross. If he's riding you too hard, pull back. Maybe it's a quick in and out. Maybe you do set up a between the legs, then a cross. But all those are simple. All right, so that's another thing to remember when dribbling. So remember all these things, all right, when you are working on your handles. Finger pads, pound the basketball hard, get in an explosive position, keep it simple. All those things are really going to help you improve your control of the basketball and just improve your overall game. So if you found this video helpful and you are looking to take your game to the next level, we have a free training for you where I'll show you my 3 secrets to becoming a big time player in real games. Just click the link in the comments. That'll take you straight to the website where you can go and get the training absolutely free. If you enjoyed the video, do me a big favor, hit the thumbs up for me. Comment below, let me know what you need help with. Anything you need, you know I got you. Last but not least, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Until next time, I'll see you then.